Hey everyone out there in YouTube land, it's Joel Ellison with Pinnacle Mountain Gunsmithing. I have an interesting little rifle that came in the shop to show you today. It's a Marlin Model 81G that came into the shop. It's a 22 long rifle, or 22 short, or 22 long, tube fed, repeating, bolt action rifle. This particular one is from the late 50s, early 60s. It's quite a nice rifle. It was the individual who brought it in. It was his first rifle. Thank you for allowing us to share it with a wider audience. And it's actually mechanically quite interesting. And we'll go ahead and take you around. I'll show you around. First off, let me show you the markings on it. We got Marlin, Greenfield Products, New Haven, Connecticut, USA. Model 81G. Caliber 22, short, long, and long rifle. And we have our rear sight back here. It does fold up and down. When it folds up, it kind of goes boop, back like that on the ramp. Our front sight is fiber optic. The sights are probably replacements, since I'm pretty sure that front sights like that were not around in 1955. I could be wrong though. We have our bolt action. The top of the receiver is grooved for a telescopic sight. Those were very common, very popular at the time. And we have our nice buttstock back here, semi-pistol grip, plastic trigger guard. Down here we have our takedown screw. And from the bottom we can also see, scrolling back up to the top, our loading port and our magazine cap. I'll go ahead and show you the inside of this rifle because it's super easy to take apart. Stand by. Okay, I've got you over here for a wider camera angle, just because this is this is about only way I could fit this long rifle in. It does have a 22-inch barrel, by the way, which is why it feels so long to me. I'm used to a few more modern rifles with shorter barrels, like 16 inches, 18 inches, things of that nature, but that was not common at the time. And also, by the way, a longer barrel on this particular system gives you more magazine capacity. In 22 long rifle, this holds 18 rounds, I think, before you get to the loading port up there, which, yeah, is quite nice. In any case, let's first make sure we're not loaded, and open our bolt, slide her back, and we see no rounds in the loading area or the chamber. I'll show you that in a little more detail here in a sec. We can close our action or leave it open, doesn't matter. And we can undo this one screw. This screw is captive to the stock, by the way, so you can get it out of the stock, but there's really no need. And a few more twists, and the whole action comes out. There we go. That's a little more manageable. Our stock that's a big chunk of wood. It looks like it's also cut back here for another safety of some sort. I don't know why, but that might have been a manufacturing parts commonality thing with Marlin / Greenfield that they did at the time. I'm going to set the stock aside. And let's go ahead and focus on the action. Let me actually get some other supplies and I'll be right back. Okay, here we have our bolt action. And got it zoomed in a little bit for you. Right down here, we have our magazine tube, which comes all the way back to here. Next down a little bit to make sure it's in the right spot. And we have our cartridge lifter. I'll show you a little bit more when I actually have some dummy rounds to show you. But we have our cartridge lifter and our elevator. And when we open the magazine, slide it back, that spring forces it up, forces around into the path of the bolt head, slide forward, it goes in. And once you have that round in, you have another round slides in from the tube magazine because it's been pushed in by the follower. In any case, We also have our ejector. It's built into the feed lips right there. Yeah, if you can see, I'll grab my pointer. This our ejector is right here, which is, there's no protrusion on this side, but there is on this one. Yeah, that's a little better angle. You can see that a little better. All right, and back here we have our safety. Right now it's in safe, and when we have it pulled back, the trigger can fall, and the trigger can rotate, and the sear can fall. It provides us a nice little two-stage trigger. It's actually quite accurate, but in order to remove the bolt, all you have to do is pull the trigger. You actually don't have to have it out of the stock for this, but since we're here, we can. Just pull the trigger far back, and it's a little awkward to do on camera. In any case, I'll get that here in a sec. But let me go ahead and use some action-proving dummies, and we can use those to visualize the feed system a little better. Stand by. There we go. Finally got the bolt out. That was a little bit of a struggle. In any case, we have our bolt head. It just pivots independently of the body, and there are guide ribs to kind of guide this bolt right to where it's supposed to be in the action. And yeah, the bolt head itself never really rotates. It's the body. The only locking lug you have is the root of the bolt handle, which it's 22, so it really doesn't matter. We have our cocking piece back here that's under a lot of string tension, and the sear is holds back the striker, and when it's allowed to go forward, it's of course rotated down, and it slips into that groove, which hits this pin, which is the far end of the firing pin. It's kind of separated here, just as a safety and out of battery safety. And once that's pushed, boop, pops right through the bolt face. Our extractor is located right here on the right. Rim slips under that. And there might be a little bit of an extractor action going on this side too, but yeah, it's of course shaped differently so that it ejects kind of out the right side. Let me go ahead and get you a little bit better close-up of the feed system here. Yeah, once the bolt is out, this kind of pops up into your way, especially if you were trying to clean. That's the end of the magazine tube, but fortunately this slides off quite easily. We can manipulate the ends of the spring here, and this whole spring comes off quite easily. This whole thing is pretty much a solid unit. You can tap this pin out if you need to get these smaller parts off, but if you don't have to, don't. And the whole thing is just attached to the receiver with one big screw. And from there you can punch the board and clean everything out. There's also a little bitty spring up here that helps guide the bolt and keeps the bolt head aligned such that it functions properly. Let me go ahead and put it back together, and I'll show you the feed action with some proving dummies. Stand by. All right, here we are back with our rifle action. I have it out of the stock just for demonstration purposes. And we have our pack of action proving dummies. And I'm just going to be loading a few of them just to demonstrate something that is a common pitfall with these. In order to load this particular type of rifle, all you really need to do is just rotate the magazine tube out of alignment so it slides through the slot, and slide her out until we open up the port. And that port is shaped like a 22 caliber rimfire bullet. Right now I have the action closed because I want to demonstrate something. And let's just drop a few rounds in. Now the manual on this probably tells you to slope it a little bit, which, you know, it does slow it down and keep it from, keep the next round from slamming into the last round so hard. Alright, and once you have however many you want to load, I just loaded 5 just for demonstration purposes. Slide that down and turn the little stud back into the lock position. Now, this is not how you should load this rifle. I'll show you why. Once we open her up, it already ejected one round and another round is kind of pointed at a very weird angle. We then have to finagle that particular round out, and yeah, it's a mess. Let me grab some pliers, I'll pull this out, and I'll show you how to load it correctly. Stand by. Alright, we're back here with our rifle action out of the stock. And I have the magazine, I have the action open this time. That way, there's something stopping the next round from sliding down into the feed ramp. Grab a couple of rounds. And I'm just going to load a few in just for demonstration purposes. Yeah, these little action training dummies are very useful when demonstrating something to a customer because I don't have to use real ammo. That's just a few rounds. Nowhere near the capacity of the magazine, but it will illustrate the point. Stand by. Sorry about that. Had a little trouble getting the magazine inner tube back down, but in any case, we have our action open this time, and you can see there's not a jam. We cycle our bolt forward, the lifter falls and picks up a round, and that's what we should be seeing. Hey, and that goes straight into the chamber. And once you close the magazine, or close the bolt, the lifter drops back down and picks up another round. I'm not sure if y'all can see that, but I can barely see a little hint of blue peeking out of there. And when we cycle our action, the old one flies out, and there we go. Problem solved. Let me put it back together and we'll discuss some more. Stand by. Alright, we have our Marlin rifle put back together, and she looks like she's in good shape. Ready to be enjoyed by yet another generation. In any case, it's been a pleasure bringing this to you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you found value in this content. If you really want to support us, head over to pinnaclemountaingunsmithing.com and feel free to send us a request for service. You can contact me directly there if you have a project that you think I could help you with, and I'll be in touch shortly. In any case, please give us a call or an email, either one, and we'd be happy to help you out with all your gunsmithing needs. We also are a licensed manufacturer and seller of firearms, and we have more exciting stuff coming. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. This has been Joel Ellison with Pinnacle Mountain Gunsmithing, and hope to see you next time. Bye.